What's up, D&M crew? Welcome back to our channel, you guys. We first of all want to start this video by saying thank you guys so much for 10K subscribers. Holy crap. We're filming this a couple days later, and we are going to do a separate video on 10K and celebrating it and stuff. And we actually still want to know if you guys want us to do like a live chat. We've never gone live with you guys before, so that would kind of be fun actually, to go live. So yeah, should we go live? We actually now can make our own merch for you guys, so let us know if you guys would be interested in that. And if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe, become part of the D&M crew. We're growing and it's just fun. Let's get into the video. Today, we're retelling our story of how Mitch and I met.
We told the original one so long ago. It has like 30K views, but it is just...
It was like one of our first videos.
Yeah, it's
so
too
it's
old.
like, oh, it's so cringy. We're like babies. Like,
and secretly, we almost want to like redo a lot. We're not going to take them down, but we want to redo a lot of the ones that we did in our old house and do them in our new apartment.
It's just a better vibe, y'all see? It's like cute.
We used to always be in back of a wall, and now it's like... So without further ado, this is the story of how we met, what came before, how we got here. We're not going to do it like last time. If you saw our last video, she went first, then I went.
Yeah, it gets kind of confusing when you do it that way. Like, it's hard to follow along.
So now we're just going to tell, like, we're still going to go back and forth, but on each step. So we met at a place called Caribou Coffee. We both worked there. And this first part is just how we started working there, because they're kind of interesting stories. So,
yeah, it was like fate. So y'all need to know like how we ended up working together, because that got the ball rolling. So I was fresh out of high school and I had no freaking clue what I was gonna do with my life. I was taking a semester off from college because I didn't even know if I wanted to go to college. So I was like, I'm gonna take a semester off, but I need to find a job in the meantime. So I did not want to take this job. Oddly enough, my old manager that I used to work for while I was in high school reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm opening up a new store, which is the Caribou Coffee. Do you want to work for me? You don't have to do an interview. I already know you. I want you on my team. And I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to really work in coffee, but I need a job. And my mom's like, Destiny, you better take this job. I was like, fine. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. So that is how I started at Caribou Coffee. And then do you want to talk about how you started at Caribou Coffee?
So I was in college. I'd already done my year or my semester off and everything because I'm a little bit older. But I think we honestly all go through that little phase of just like, am I ready for school? I don't know, I need a break. I think
you should go through that phase.
Yeah. Most 18-year-olds actually are not ready to go to college, in my opinion. And it's because I wasn't. I went one semester, I got like D's. Just like, it was like, nope, can't do it. Went back, and I don't think I got less than a B in any class since. So it really does help taking that year off, or the semester, or however long you take. Just always go back. But I left my other job because I got into like a fight with some of the managers there. Not like an actual fist fight, but just like we were butting heads, and one of us had to go, and I decided I just had to quit. He was my superior, so I wasn't gonna enforce anything. So I knew I was in a lose situation. So I left, and I was looking for stuff outside of like the food business. Anyone in the food business knows what I'm talking about. Once you like leave your job, you're like, I don't want to work with food or coffee or drinks or anything. And then you start looking for jobs, and you're like, I don't have skills except for food, coffee, drinks, or anything. It's
like you either don't have the skills or the education. So like retail and food is like all you can really do.
Well, now you're retail because they look for experience now. So I went back to food. So I had 2 jobs lined up. Neither one of them were the Caribou one, but one of them was a Cub Foods one, and I was absolutely gonna take that one. And I was like so dead set on it.
Some people don't know what Cub Foods is.
Oh, Cub Foods is just like a grocery store, foods.
Yeah, whatever. It's like a Kroger, but Midwest thing.
Yeah, and I was gonna take that. I was just gonna be like a little hermit pushing carts around and stuff, and do that. And then I just like started thinking like, I'm 20. How old was I when 22. I started? When I 22 when I started that? I was 22 when I met you.
Were you?
Yeah. I was 21 when I started Caribou.
Oh yeah, because I was 18. Oh my God, and now I'm 22. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm 21. Am I really just gonna like push carts and stock shelves at Cub Foods and stuff? And I was like, no, absolutely not. And so I was like, dead set on it. Then I like went back. I was like, no, I don't want that job. And the same manager that reached out to her, that knew her, reached out to me. I took that job. It was for a store that was like a new store that was just opening up. So like we were training different places.
Yeah.
And then we both ended up coming to the grand opening of this new store.
Like the training grand opening day.
And they do it big. So
yeah.
Like I've like trained with stores before, but these people, we trained for like a month. Like a closed store.
And it was intense.
Yeah, we were making food, we were making drinks, and then throwing crap out when we were done with it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Right? Like
makes me kind of mad.
You know, and at this time I was eating kosher, because if you're new here, I am Jewish, and I was eating kosher then. I don't eat kosher now. Don't tell my rabbi. So I wasn't eating anything, but the whole time I was just thinking like, you know, when they do these training sessions, we should like cook for like homeless people or something like that. And I know everyone thinks about that stuff, and I know it's harder to do than just to think about. But like, it just seems so stupid to throw everything out. Like we ate some of the stuff and whatever, but it just seems so stupid. But so we started training with each other, and we actually were like training with each other in the group that we were in.
Yeah.
And we were like, we had like our little tasks to teach other people with. And so she was teaching the barista part, and I was teaching either how to do like the bagels, because it was Einstein bagels too. They like teamed up.
Bad idea.
Yeah, right. Or I was teaching like the front thing. And at first I thought you were cool. At first in those groups, like we had our little...
We had our laughs.
We had our laughs and stuff like that. And then...
What?
This is what I'm most salty about.
What?
Since that time, since the training session.
Right?
We all had our little times. I ended up being the baker, so I didn't even touch coffee.
Yeah.
And I came in early, and then she was like the 6, 7 o'clock, sometimes opened person. And I was nicer back then than I am now. I'll just admit that. I was way nicer back then.
When you were nice. I'm just kidding,
and
nice.
she totally like took me away from that. No, I'm just kidding. She made me a mean person. I was kidding.
No, I did not.
But and this is why I'm so mean. I'm just kidding, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Every single morning when anyone came through the door, right? I had my little working station, you know, and it was like facing towards this wall, and people would come in behind me. I'd turn my head around, and it was like the sliding, or like not sliding, but like this, like, what's that thing called? Like a
revolving door?
Not a revolving door, but like a flap door, you know what I mean? Like something like you just push and it opens. And what? Some doors you have a handle.
Okay.
Yeah, you're laughing at that? Yeah, some doors have a handle, some doors have a little thingy, you know what I mean? But every morning, someone would come by, I'd be like, hey, good morning, blank. I'd put their name, right? And she was one of these people. Walk in, hey, good morning, Destiny.
No, I would say something.
Sometimes not anything. Sometimes you'd be like, hey. Or sometimes you'd be like, oh.
Okay, you guys have to understand. Okay, that's your point of view. You guys have to understand. I've mentioned this before in our other How We Met video. But mind you, we're like maybe a week or two into the training.
This is all year. No, I'm talking about after training. This is like the store. We have our shifts. I'm in the morning. You're in the mid shift.
Okay, listen. You guys, I had the biggest crush on this guy. Literally, my first impression of Mitch was, I'm going to end up with him.
No.
Yes. I was just like, this guy is so...
No excuse.
No, just listen. I just thought he was so cute. Like, everything, but like, I love you. But anyway, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna end up with this guy. I liked him so much, and I barely even knew him. I only talked to him like during the training and stuff, so I didn't know him personally, but I liked him so much that I was scared to say anything that would make me look dumb or just like anything embarrassing. So I would say as little as possible.
That was a losing formula.
Okay, looking back, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but anyone who wants tips, that's a losing formula. Because for the first year, we didn't do anything more than those awkward little morning hellos.
But you know what?
So, How we actually started hanging out though, and like talking to each other was, we just started going out with work, related type stuff. Cause like this was like after a year, we had all been working with each other, so we were getting like really familiar with everyone. And so we started going to like B-dubs with each other and stuff, and like we would sit by each other.
Okay, but you're missing like a ton of stuff. What? You're so cute. Okay, so the reason we started hanging out together is because my coworkers, which were mostly girls, they knew that I had a crush on Mitch. Literally everyone had a crush on Mitch, but they knew that like I really had a crush on you. So they're like, let's all get together, go bowling, or go out to eat or something. So we actually did try to go bowling because we knew that you liked bowling.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out. So we all planned a day to go out to B-dubs. Well, they did, but it was really like so that you and I could like get together because they knew I wouldn't talk to you. So yeah, we went out to B-dubs, me, Mitch, and 2 other coworkers, and like he said, we sat by each other because when we went into the restaurant, my coworkers we were in a booth and they sat on a side with each other. Like we planned this strategically. I was like, okay, I'll go sit by myself, so he has to sit by me. And that was like the gate opening. I don't even know how to describe it, but that was when we kind of started to get more comfortable with each other and like talking to each other just on a friendly basis, obviously.
One day after we had already like, gone out a couple of times with friends, we were talking in the back of the store.
Yeah.
And we were just talking like randomly about what we wanted to do in the like further like our career and stuff, and we both wanted to be writers in some capacity. And so like that was another talking point. And then I said that I wanted to, at this time I was like really into religion, and I said I wanted to write a book on theology. And she was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then like a couple days later I get a text that says, hey Mitch, would you want to like go out sometime and talk about theology? I was like, what the hell? I never expected to get a text like that. And so I thought, she had said that she wanted to be a reporter, like a journalist. And so honestly, I was dumb and I thought that she just wanted to like interview me or something. I didn't know, like I was like convinced it wasn't like a like she liked me type thing. Because at this time I thought she didn't like me because of how she reacted to all my hellos in the morning. So I was convinced she just like didn't like me. It was like strictly business,
I'll forever be sorry for not saying hi in a nicer way. Yeah, thanks. I know.
You should be. We went on a date after that, and I was like, yeah, let's set it up. And
I was surprised. You were like, do you want to get a coffee or lunch? I was like, yes.
She didn't know, but I was like, I didn't do anything like on my free time. So besides read or something. Honestly, I think throughout my whole life, people looked at me and saw something different than what I was. I had friends that they might have like taken this from, but even the people who didn't know who I hung out with or anything, they look at me, they might see like Vans. I was a hockey player, I don't know what people see, but for some reason they think I'm just like this guy with like this crazy life, and like it's like, no, I read books about like how to start a business or like Hitler. History about like World War II, Hitler. Literally, I have this big book about Hitler and Jewish stuff, and like I read all the time, and I like to read, I like to research, and for some reason people always got this impression of me that like I'm just like this huge partier, and I was.
I think it's because of the way you dressed.
Maybe,
though.
Yeah. But
and your swag, like just the way you walked. I was like, ooh. I
walked so weird.
I love the way you walk.
I don't know what it is, guys, but like, because like I was like done partying by like 9th grade. My group of friends, we were like hard partiers like early on. I'm talking like 7th grade and stuff, and by 9th grade, like if you do it early, like it depends on how early you do it, and you just get like sick of it. You see everyone else doing it, and then you're like, I'm over it.
Yeah, I was done by 10th grade.
Yeah,
because freshman year was just like so new to me. And like we went to parties every weekend, and then I was just like, I'm sick of this. Like I just want to stay at home in bed. Like I don't want to go out. Like they would have to force me to, like my friends would have to force me to go out, because I was like, should we do this, guys? Like I don't think so.
And so what was the place called again that we went?
The place that we went to was called Cafe Latte.
Cafe Latte, not the bread and chocolate.
Bread and chocolate, no, but it's like the same thing. I don't know.
But yeah, so Cafe Latte, and she actually bought my coffee.
I bought his coffee because he didn't pull out his wallet fast enough, and I didn't want to assume that he was gonna pay for it. So what's a girl to do? Just sit there and expect you to pay for it? That should say a lot about me, that I didn't want you to pay, because I didn't want you to think I was expecting it.
I had my credit card, or I had my wallet in my hand. I didn't pull my credit card out fast.
I didn't want any awkwardness, so I just paid for it. And you know what? It worked out fine.
No, because that was the most awkward part.
Actually? Why? Were you like embarrassed, or you were just like,
That right there sealed my impression that this was not a date. And
did you want it to be a date?
Huh? No, I didn't. Like, I really had no like care. I didn't care at this point. Like, I was just like out doing something, and right there I was like, oh, okay, yep, okay, cool.
Oh my god, now that I think about it, it's like, it's not cringy to look back on, but it's funny to look back on our date, because I literally remember where we sat, what we talked about. Like, we sat and talked to you guys for like 4 hours, and I'm like, you sure you don't need to go home? Because he worked the next morning at 3 a.m. It was like 7. I'm like, you sure?
Yeah.
Like, you should be out this late? And we were just chatting up a storm, and he was giving me hard eyes and like flirty smile and stuff. I could feel it.
Just kidding. But no, she had said that she was in a class called Art Appreciation. And so the whole entire night I was like looking at paintings and stuff. And I was like, so what do you appreciate about this? That was the funnest part.
Oh my god.
We didn't talk about theology.
No.
Like, at all.
But it was still fun. And that was my way in.
But yeah, that's how we met, guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed our story time. Our how we met story retold, and let us know what other kind of videos you guys want to see from us in our new place. We have free reign. We can do whatever we want, obviously. We're adults. Again, thank you guys so much for 10K. It's still like, I still look at 10K on our little YouTube profile, and I'm like, wow. I never thought I would make it to 10K. It's crazy.
It was crazy. I remember the first 1,000.
Yeah, I remember staying up the night we were at like 9 something, and we're just like waiting up until we hit 1,000.
Real quick, if you're still in this video and you have been here since, if you were one of the first 1,000, if you think you are even, let us know. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Peace out, D&M crew.
Bye.